I tried the cheapest cabin versus the most expensive suite. Here's the shocking difference. Most people think the expensive suite guarantees luxury. But after this test, I realized sometimes the cheapest cabin gives you the best experience. I wanted to know, is paying for a luxury suite on a cruise really worth it? So I booked the exact same 7-day cruise, 1 week in the cheapest inside cabin, and another in the most expensive suite on the same ship. And after comparing every detail, food, service, comfort, and hidden perks, I found some shocking truths that even the cruise line won't tell you. Number 1, the room itself. The cheapest cabin was tiny, about 150 square feet. No windows, no balcony, and just enough space to walk sideways between the bed and the wall. It felt like sleeping inside a cozy, well-decorated closet. I actually slept better in the small cabin. Why? Now, the suite. It was completely dark and silent, perfect for deep sleep. So, comfort doesn't always come from size. Nearly 5 times the size, 2 bathrooms, a balcony the size of my living room, and even a personal espresso machine. Number 2, the food experience in the budget cabin. But here's the twist. After the first night, I had access to the main buffet and standard dining room, solid food, but repetitive. The suite, however, came with exclusive dining options, private restaurants, premium menus, and waiter service that remembered my name. But here's the scammy part. The exact same steak served in the private restaurant was available in the main dining room on special nights. Moral of the story: the flavor difference was mostly in presentation, not quality. Number 3, service and perks. When you book the cheapest cabin, you're pretty much anonymous. No one greets you by name, and you handle most things yourself. But in the suite, I had a butler who unpacked my luggage, reserved my seats for shows, and even brought breakfast to my balcony. It felt luxurious, but also a little strange. You're pampered constantly, but it's easy to forget that everyone else on the ship is getting by just fine without it. If you're someone who values privacy and independence, the butler might feel more intrusive than helpful. Number 4, the views. The cheapest cabin had no window at all, just a dark room with artificial lighting. The suite, on the other hand, had 270-degree ocean views and sunsets that honestly made it feel like another world. If you care about photography, fresh air, or watching the sea at night, this alone might make the suite worth it. But if you're the type who spends most of your day exploring the ship, you'll barely notice what your room looks like. #5, entertainment access. In both cabins, I had access to the same main entertainment, the theater shows, pool deck parties, and movie nights. The difference: suite guests get priority seating and early reservations. But even without that, I realized if you arrive 10 minutes early, you can grab just as good a spot. Sometimes timing beats money. Number 6, hidden costs. This is where it gets tricky. The suite price might look all-inclusive, but I was still charged for premium Wi-Fi, shore excursions, and even laundry. Meanwhile, the budget cabin gave me a chance to test smart travel hacks, like bringing my own laundry pods and downloading shows offline. At the end of the week, the suite cost me over $7,000 total. The inside cabin, $1,200. Was the luxury worth 6 times more? Honestly, not really. Number 7, the social factor. Here's something no one mentions. People treat you differently based on your cabin class. In the suite section, it felt quiet and exclusive, but also isolated. In the cheaper cabin areas, people were friendly, social, and always ready to chat. Sometimes, the budget rooms have the best community vibes on the ship. Number 8, the shocking difference. At the end of both cruises, I realized the biggest difference wasn't space, food, or perks. It was how each room made me feel. The suite gave me status, but the inside cabin gave me simplicity. In the suite, I was always comparing and expecting more. In the small cabin, I was just enjoying the journey. So, what's the shocking truth? The value of a cruise comes from what you do on board, not the room you sleep in. Outro. Whether you're booking your first cruise or your 15th, remember this: the best cabin isn't always the most expensive. It's the one that fits your style of travel. If you're chasing luxury, go for the suite. But if you care more about adventure, save the money and spend it on experiences instead. If you found this comparison helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more insider cruise stories, and tell me in the comments, would you choose the cheapest cabin or the luxury suite? See you at Sea Smart, Savvy, and sailing your way.